Hello there, and welcome back to Blake's Takes. Obviously, I did that accent because it's Obi-Wan Kenobi time.
Indeed.
So, as with me, my co-host Garrett, as always.
Hi, guys.
And yes, we are going to be doing a halfway mark review on Obi-Wan Kenobi. Episode 3 just dropped yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been quite the show so far.
Definitely satisfied with what I've seen so far.
Easily.
Like, more than satisfied.
Yes.
A few things I could get nitpicky about, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
We'll get to that.
But overall, so far, what I've seen, I'm extremely happy with this series.
Absolutely. And yes, very happy to see Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan. Maybe the best Star Wars casting there's been, honestly.
I could definitely agree with that.
Up there.
He absolutely nails the role.
He does.
Again, this is another actor who did his research before playing the role, and both him and Hayden Christensen did hours of sword choreography, and killed it with that.
Yep. And they both watched some Clone Wars before.
Yes.
Heading into the Kenobi series.
And he even tried to get his accent like as close as possible to the previous Obi-Wan. So, he definitely dedicated to the role and plays it very well.
And yeah, it's definitely paid off. I mean, Obi-Wan, they announced that it was the most watched Disney Plus series so far.
Wow. Even more than Mandalorian?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I guess when you bring a household name like that back, really brings everybody back to the screen to watch it. So
we're gonna do kind of a rundown of each episode, go over the characters, go over the story, what we like, what we don't like, go from there. So let's start with episode 1. And it starts off with, a recap of what happened in the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
We get to see Obi-Wan and Anakin's relationship.
I liked that recap a lot. Whoever did that edit, they did a great job because I thought it was really good.
Even though I had just watched the prequels leading up to this, it was still nice to get that recap.
For sure. It just kind of shows you where Obi-Wan's mindset was at.
Yep. And opening scene, we see Order 66 in the Jedi Temple.
Mm-hmm.
We get a different perspective of what was going on during Order 66.
Yeah.
And we see a bunch of young Padawans. There is a young girl that I think is Riva in that Order 66 scene.
Okay, I've also seen theories that all those Padawans died.
Yeah?
Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that theory.
So in Revenge of the Sith, we do see a group of dead Padawans next to this certain statue.
Yeah.
And you can see that exact statue next to these 5 Padawans that we see running away, and so there's a theory that they all died.
Wow. I mean, I know they weren't doing the Inquisitors yet, but they like to take Force sensitive kids and turn them to the dark side.
Yeah, Blake, I don't think that was in the cards at the moment.
No, I don't think it was either.
It was kill anyone you see.
Yeah, but who knows? I think it's Riva.
Possible,
and it might lead to why she has this vendetta for Obi-Wan.
It's possible.
It's possible. I mean, we don't know yet.
Yeah, I mean, she had to be in the temple to at least even know who he was.
Exactly. So after that scene happens, we now see Obi-Wan. And boy, it looks like the war has taken a toll on him.
Absolutely. Honestly, not only the war, but, just the 10 years of living in exile off the radar.
Just an average everyday worker on Tatooine.
Yeah. And oh my God. Well, that's why he looks run down. He's living on freaking Tatooine, man. That place sucks ass.
Yeah. Everyone's run down on Tatooine.
Absolutely. So, 10 years, he's just been working your basic grueling jobs. Keeps to himself like anybody would who's on the run.
Yep.
And we just see this loss of life out of him.
Yeah.
Absolutely no hope. He's and we see that later in the episode.
Yeah. 'Cause it's been 10 years since Order 66 happened.
Yeah. And actually, the first person we see is that other Jedi who is running from the Inquisitors, and they were hot on his tail.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out that he was there because he was looking for Obi-Wan.
Yep.
And, he was looking for his help, the great Obi-Wan. Who else could provide better help? But, I mean, you just see how broken he is, and he's
very broken. I mean, even having nightmares and really just wanting to talk to Qui-Gon, almost pleading.
Yeah.
And I've seen online that a lot of people don't like that Obi-Wan is having this PTSD or nightmares because he's a Jedi, and Jedis aren't supposed to have nightmares. But I'm like, bro, you can still move away from the Force. Like, he's not really a Jedi at this point.
No, he's not. Like, I mean, when you're out of practice like that, and also, yeah, he's a Jedi, but Jedi are still freaking human. Like, they're people. Are you kidding me? How could you not have nightmares after everybody you just knew for your entire life was just freaking murdered in front of your eyes? Like, what?
No, I feel like it was necessary because that's going to add a lot of depth to Obi-Wan's character. And, you know, he's got to have PTSD.
And his brother in arms, Anakin, you know, turned on him. And in his eyes, his brother was dead.
Yep.
I mean, how do you not have, you know, after such a heavy betrayal, like, how do you not have PTSD after that?
I know, right? So he does, you know, his work every day, takes a little piece of food for his animal.
I kept thinking he was going to get in trouble for that.
I know, which is the same animal that he actually rode in on in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, shit.
Very consistency, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm sure they were paying attention a lot to that.
So, you know, he's always checking in on Luke. From a distance.
And talking to Owen, his uncle.
So I was going to say, we later in the episode, we get to see interaction between Owen and Obi-Wan. And I know Owen gets a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But right now, Uncle Owen's kind of a badass.
Yeah. No, I respected him.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a freaking lightsaber to his face. And he was stone cold, man.
Stone cold. He's got no respect for Jedis. He doesn't want any piece of them.
Exactly. All they are is trouble.
So like you said, he has a lightsaber to his face, and that's when we run into the Inquisitors. All right, so let's talk about the Inquisitors for a second.
Yeah.
So we have the Grand Inquisitor, then we have the fifth brother, and we have Riva as the third sister.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the Inquisitors so far?
Honestly, like, as a group, I think they're actually pretty good.
Okay.
You know, I have to agree with some people. Riva was not my favorite character initially. Right. I think she got a little bit better in episode 3.
Yes, for sure.
But off the top, she just kind of came across as this whiny, arrogant person who just like was, you know, obsessed with finding Obi-Wan, and we just didn't really know why. Like, it's like, what's your motivation behind getting to him? But this is still the beginning, you know. I'm not ruling her out at all, you know. So we'll probably see her character develop as the show goes on a little bit more.
Yeah.
Grand Inquisitor, who got a lot of shit for his character design. I agreed with that character design. Like, I agree with the criticisms of his character design at first, but, you know, as I saw him in the show, his acting like kind of overtook that, because I had no problem with the Grand Inquisitor.
Okay.
I thought he was good.
Interesting.
All right. Why? What do you think about him?
Okay, so far, honestly, the Grand Inquisitor has kind of annoyed me more than Riva.
Really?
He's just not menacing enough to me. I don't know. I don't like the design. I know people were giving him shit earlier. You said you got used to the design, but here's the thing. Where's the consistency going to be if we saw, you know, his species, what they look like in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
And what they look like in Rebels.
Yeah.
And what they look like now in the upcoming Star Wars game. What's it called? What's it going to be called?
Are you talking about the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order?
Yes.
I don't know the sequel.
I think it's called Jedi Survivor, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So the sequel to that, we see the Grand Inquisitor in the trailer. Looks just like they did in Rebels and Revenge of the Sith. And it's supposed, you know, it is canon, and that is supposed to take place around the same time as Kenobi.
Like, I'm not saying I'm happy.
So where's the consistency with that?
Like, I'm not saying I'm happy about his character design, but I guess it just bothered me less.
Yeah.
You know, like, I wasn't so focused on it. I was just trying to focus on because the actor has no control over that.
Right.
So I was just trying to focus on his acting and see what kind of performance he gave. And so far, what I've seen, I've liked.
Okay. I thought it was fine.
I liked how he's done.
I don't think Riva is as annoying as people are saying. I know, you know, it's part of her character. Like, she's supposed to be annoying. Like, she has something to prove. Yeah. And you know, there was only 2 episodes at the time. Third one, her character did get better. But I'm like, it is so early for her character to get this much shit.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in real life with Moses Ingram getting a lot of racist ass messages online.
Dude, I swear, why do people have to make shit fucking racist? Like, how is that even a factor?
It's a Star Wars fan base too. It can get toxic.
Dude, Star Wars fans can get toxic, and I just don't understand. I don't understand it. Like, literally, it's almost like nothing, for certain fans, nothing will ever be good enough.
Right. And I mean,
Nothing.
especially in the Star Wars universe, with how many species there are,
Yeah,
like her being black was never a thought of her character.
No,
you know?
like because it's not a character trait; it's a skin color.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
I don't know. That was just. And you know, Disney even had to put out a message on social media saying that they backed her.
Ewan McGregor gave out a message
did.
saying that he backed her.
I mean, and I kind of wish Disney had this same energy when it came to Daisy Ridley and the girl who played Rose in the sequels.
Yeah,
They both got bullied off social media as well.
but was it racist stuff?
It was sexist stuff, yeah.
Okay,
There was a lot of hateful. I mean, yeah, and her, the other character being Asian, yeah.
Yeah.
They got a lot of shit. And I'm sure Disney learned from that, you know, stating now of why they would want to put out a message backing up Moses Ingram. But
like, tell people to fuck off. Like this is our casting choice and we're sticking with it.
Yeah. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I don't get why people have to have such a strong reaction. I mean, yeah, like I said, I wasn't Riva's biggest fan, but you know, I'm not going online and calling her all kinds of racist shit.
Yeah.
Like what?
But so I actually don't mind Riva's character, and a fifth brother, his voice is cool.
Fifth Brother's voice was really cool. They gave it like this it was almost like static. I don't know. It was like it was like really deep.
Almost like Batman and Batman vs Superman's.
Yeah,
Ben Affleck's
like
Batman
you
voice
can
modulator.
Yeah, you can like hear his real voice, but then also there's like this deep menacing voice behind it, and it sounds really cool.
It does. So kind of getting back on track with the plot of the episode. Grand Inquisitors are on Tatooine, looking for scavengers or, you know, Force-sensitive people.
Mhm.
Obviously, Riva is really stuck on looking for Obi-Wan, and the Grand Inquisitor is telling her to back off, like, that hunt is dead.
Yeah.
But Riva,
she's like absolutely convinced that he's on Tatooine.
oh yeah, and she really wants to bring him in to kind of get on Vader's side.
Yeah, no, that's like her whole thing is we eventually find out in episode 3 that is her,
her
goal is to become the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Which is why she's so hell-bent on finding Obi-Wan Kenobi, because she knows that that's a very high value target to Vader, and Vader has the power to, you know, put her in that position.
Yeah. And then switching up from Tatooine, we go to Alderaan, which this was part of the plot of the series that I was not expecting to get.
Yeah, no, I didn't expect to see Leia at all.
So we see a young Princess Leia on Alderaan. We see Senator Organa, played by the same actor.
Yup.
And I am really loving, like, Leia's storyline.
It's good.
It is good.
I mean, and honestly, her character is very fitting. Like, you know, this young, rebellious little girl
who does a very good job at playing her.
Yeah, she does. And God, there's another actor that's been getting hate, and I don't understand it. She's a child.
Kid.
Yeah, she's a child actor, and I think she's doing absolutely amazing with this role. We get to see a lot of her snappy personality.
You know, rebellious personality.
Yeah, doesn't take shit from anybody. Like, even we saw her cousin trying to bully her, and like, oh my gosh, she just has this act for just breaking down people's character.
I think that's part of her being Force sensitive.
That is possible. Yeah. Actually. She doesn't talk like just a 10-year-old.
No,
like,
she doesn't.
She, you know, like I said, the cousin tries bullying her, and she just like totally rips apart his entire existence and is like, you're just saying exactly what your dad says. You have no idea what you're talking about.
That
like,
was funny as hell.
Oh my God. That part was hilarious to me.
So she ends up getting kidnapped, which I know that chase scene.
Bro. All right, let's just talk about Disney chase scenes in general.
Disney chase,
they're terrible.
They are pretty. They're very slow moving.
They're so slow.
Yeah,
and like they're unrealistic. Like, bro, one, why did there even need to be a chase scene? Is my question. Like, it seemed to me like they were just trying to run out the clock with this one, because I mean, I get she's supposed to know the woods and everything and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was the whole point. Is she's lived here for a while. She was supposed to.
But still, come on. She was already ambushed. She was already surrounded.
You could have done a quick cut with that.
Yeah, like literally, and they're full-grown adults. Yeah. Just snag, gone. Like that's it. That's as quick as a kidnapping should have been for a 10-year-old girl.
Yeah,
shouldn't have had a whole chase scene.
So she gets kidnapped. And Senator Organa relays a message to Obi-Wan, and it seems like he hasn't opened this box for a while that he gets the message in.
He definitely hasn't talked to Organa in years. Yeah. Like probably since Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. So Organa is pleading to Obi-Wan to help find Leia because, you know, he's the only person that he can trust.
He can trust. He's a Jedi. He's capable.
But Obi-Wan turns it down.
Yeah, because he doesn't think he's capable.
No.
He's like been out of practice so long. Like he's like, I'm not a Jedi anymore.
No.
I'm not a combatant. Like I can't help you.
And it gets to the point where Senator Organa is so desperate that he flies to Tatooine and begs Obi-Wan to help.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I guess I got to do this shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's like, oh, I gotta look after the boy, Luke. Luke's fine. He's just some, hillbilly on farming,
Seriously,
flying planes and shit.
Nobody even knows who Luke is.
No. Seems like Leia's the smarter one.
And also, now that you bring that up, I'm like, bro, poor freaking Luke, man.
I know.
Leia's living all lavish on Alderaan,
Yeah.
which, consequently made her a higher value target, which is why she got kidnapped in the first place. But, oh my God, you could have at least put him in like middle class or something.
Yep.
Like, help this kid out. He's just out here working these freaking fields. Like, give the kid a damn break.
So eventually, Obi-Wan agrees to go help and find Leia. And we see a great scene of Obi-Wan digging up in the sands of Tatooine to dig up his old lightsaber.
And also Anakin's being in there as well.
Uh-huh.
I saw, and I was like, when he was digging up that box before he even opened it, I was like, Anakin's is going to be in there. It's going to be because he picked it up.
He picked it up
at the end of Revenge of the Sith. And I'm like, why wouldn't he keep his lightsaber with his own?
Uh-huh.
So
just showed you how much Anakin meant to him.
Yeah. And also another good continuity thing.
Yeah. No, they really did have good continuity.
Yeah. Because I was like, if we just saw his, I would have been like, where's Anakin's?
Right. And as we said before, on our top lightsaber list, Obi-Wan was number 1.
For you.
Me. Yeah, for me. Love that skinny neck hilt.
I do love the skinny neck lightsabers. They're very cool.
They are. So it ends with Obi-Wan heading to Daiyu, whatever the planet's called. All these planets have weird names.
Mm-hmm.
But we see him as he's entering the ship. He has his lightsaber attached to his hip.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, Obi-Wan's back. Let's get it.
Yep. And open up episode 2.
Yep. So moving forward with episode 2, which mainly takes place, actually, it all takes place on the planet Daiyu. A crime-ridden planet, if you will.
And yeah, Daiyu, I'm pretty sure it's on the Outer Rim. So, the Empire doesn't really have jurisdiction out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, it's going to be a very crime-ridden planet.
It is. And it seems like a planet where a lot of spice moves through as well.
Yes. Spice being intergalactic drugs.
Yeah. The drugs of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because we did recently see spice moving through Tatooine and Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that whole big ordeal was about in there.
We also see a lot of spice trade in the Clone Wars episodes.
Uh-huh.
So that's another big thing there.
Yep.
Honestly, most crime in Star Wars goes back to the spice trade.
Yeah. But a real quick thing I want to talk about, before he starts looking for Leia, he's walking the streets and we see a clone trooper.
Yes.
A veteran clone trooper.
Yes, we do.
Uh-huh. I'm wondering who it is. It could be anyone really. But he did what it seemed to be like Anakin squad armor on.
Yeah. The 501st.
Yeah, 501st.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That was a really cool cameo right there. I wonder if they're going to dive more into that later.
I doubt it.
But
I feel like that was just a little nod to another thing in there to just show you we're in Star Wars, and it shows you the aftermath of
Clone Wars.
The Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And damn, it must have hit him hard because that's 10 years later. He's still begging for money.
For real.
Poor guy. And I think it was a common thing for people not wanting to hire clones.
Yeah.
For any other job. So once I got kicked out of the army, they were done.
Yeah. So Obi-Wan ends up finding Leia from the help of Kumail Nanjiani. I don't know his character's name. I just, he's the same in everything. He's hilarious.
No, he was great.
He pretends to be a Jedi. I knew it too. I was like, this guy's not a fucking Jedi.
The second he waved his arm and all the shit went down, I was like, that was too automatic.
Yeah, no. And he just wouldn't be putting it out there so much if he was actually a Jedi.
Oh, I know. No, he was definitely, you could clearly tell he was using the Jedi name to get business.
Uh-huh. And it's all during this time too as well that we find out that this whole scheme of the kidnap was cooked up by Riva.
Yeah. All in an effort to lure out Obi-Wan.
She was right too.
It worked.
And people are questioning, how would Riva know that kidnapping Leia would smoke out Obi-Wan?
Well, she knew him and Organa. That was pretty common knowledge that him and Organa were actually pretty tight friends. So
I mean, and couldn't they still get information from the Jedi Temple about that kind of stuff?
No, there's like, I mean, they still had actually, I don't know if they destroyed the archives or not, but either way, it wouldn't have been that hard to find out.
Right.
So, you know, Obi-Wan and Organa are friends. Obi-Wan survived Order 66, kidnap Organa's daughter, and lure out Obi-Wan. Like, I mean, it's not that hard of a plan to put together.
Yeah. So Obi-Wan finds Leia, and, you know, she's running through the streets. This episode, Leia was definitely pretty annoying with not trusting Obi-Wan.
Okay,
causing a lot of shit.
What would you do?
I don't know.
Exactly. I mean, like, come on, that's what every parent teaches their kids, stranger danger. I mean, come on, like, that's parenting 101.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's understandable why she wouldn't want to trust Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
And especially because she kept like prying about like him being a Jedi.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "What's your name?" Ben. She's like, "That's not a Jedi name, you liar."
But we get a great scene out of it because they're going through the rooftops, and Leia falls off the roof.
Yeah.
There's only one option for Obi-Wan to do. He's got to use the Force, man.
Use the Force, baby.
But he's a little rusty.
A little bit. Hasn't used it in probably a solid 10 years.
Probably.
And it seemed like he was pretty cut off from the Force, almost like Luke was in the sequels.
Yeah.
Because he didn't stop her immediately.
No. It took him a minute.
It did. And he couldn't even, and if he wanted to, he couldn't even like bring her back up to him.
Mm-mm.
He probably just got lucky that he was able to stop her from hitting the ground.
But I like that we're seeing that part of Obi-Wan's character now. So in the end, to escape this planet, they need to end up at, you know, this cargo transportation and hop on a cargo ship. Yeah,
because they shut down all other kinds of transportation because they were on the hunt for Obi-Wan and Riva put his face like everywhere.
Yes.
So like every bounty hunter that was on this planet was looking for Obi-Wan.
The Inquisitors were not too happy about that.
No, they were not. So Riva was going to be in trouble.
Yeah. So Riva ends up chasing them up to the cargo area, and they're getting the ship ready, and Obi-Wan's like, "Hey, Leia, get on this. If I'm not back, you go."
Yeah.
So this is when we get some great information revealed. Obi-Wan, he's got his lightsaber ready to go. Riva's got hers out, and she is just sitting there talking about Anakin Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, Obi-Wan doesn't know he survived.
Nope.
No siree. She's like, Lord Vader has been looking for you for a very long time.
He heard the name Lord. He heard Lord Vader, and
he could just feel it.
Oh,
he could just feel it was Anakin.
Dude, his heart was just like pulsing intensely. He was like,
"Oh, you didn't know? Anakin
alive.
Skywalker is alive,
bro." That
was a good scene.
Yeah, it was.
Which was interrupted by the Grand Inquisitor. This is where he pissed me off too.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, it's understandable though, because he doesn't want Riva to get Obi-Wan, because if she does, then that's proving, like, he doesn't want her to prove herself.
Yeah,
he doesn't. He wants it to not happen, because that might risk his job, whatever. So you know.
I mean, because of the interruption, Obi-Wan is able to escape. Riva ends up stabbing the Grand Inquisitor.
Like right in the stomach.
Right in the stomach, which is going to be interesting too. Isn't there only one Grand Inquisitor?
Yeah.
And I did see this one theory, like, okay, well, maybe this happens for a reason. Grand Inquisitor is down for a while. He needs to heal and back to tank or whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe this gives a chance for Darth Vader to step in and start leading some hunts as well.
Absolutely. And also, I saw something about his species having like two stomachs.
Really?
Yeah, which like would make it more survivable, getting stabbed in the stomach like that. So, there's one little, like, you know, factoid about his species that might help him survive that and explain it a little bit better.
Yeah.
But also, he has to survive because
he has to.
Because Rebels is canon.
Yeah.
So you can't break that continuity.
No. I mean, is there not more than one Grand Inquisitor? Is there not one more species?
Not one that looks like that. Nope.
No? All right, then. Then, yeah, he's got to survive.
Mm-hmm.
No other choice. But then we cannot forget the final shots of that episode. Very powerful for the series. It's a close-up on Obi-Wan's face as he whispers to himself, Anakin.
And then we see Darth Vader.
In his back to tank. Yep. No helmet yet.
Yeah, no helmet.
No helmet.
Just his eyes.
Anakin's eyes.
His yellow eyes.
Oh my God. And so with the way episode 2 ended, I really wasn't sure how much we were still going to get of Darth Vader. I know they showed him,
Yeah.
but really how much were we going to get of him this series?
I thought he was going to be like the big finale at the end.
That's what I thought too. I thought they were going to mainly have him stick, at the end of the episodes. Because opening up episode 3, oh, this is great. We are on Mustafar and we see Vader's fortress.
Yup.
Oh, it looked badass.
And we see a dope ass suit up of Darth Vader.
This was
all parts included.
All parts. This was a very intuitive suit up for Darth Vader that we hadn't seen before. We saw him being born in Revenge of the Sith with his legs and arms and then just a helmet coming down. But this was everything, bro.
Yeah, this is like his daily routine of putting on his suit.
Yes. And it's here that we see Vader talking to Riva, her telling him that we have found Obi-Wan.
He got away. He stabbed the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
So putting that on Obi-Wan so she's not in trouble.
Yep.
But then he says, never mind the Grand Inquisitor. Now his focus is like all on Obi-Wan.
Yeah. And to leave him for me.
Yeah.
So after the Vader scene, Obi-Wan and Leia are now on a new planet, Mapuzo. Seems like a very just open farming planet.
Yeah, that's
oil rigging, something like that.
Yeah, it was resource planet. Like not much going on there.
No. And they're supposed to meet another pilot that is supposed to take them back to Alderaan.
Yep.
Someone to get them out of there.
So they've been walking for a while.
Yeah.
They get to the meetup point and there ended up being nobody there.
Yep.
So, obviously Obi-Wan, being the paranoid person that he is right now, starts freaking out like, oh God, we're on our own. I knew we couldn't trust that guy, da-da-da-da. But then Leia's just like, all right, well, let's just keep moving. And she sees a speeder coming along and she waves the guy down to try and get a ride. And
what was also really good on that walk that they were having?
What?
That vision that Obi had of Anakin.
We saw a lot of that fear like playing tricks on Obi-Wan's mind. We just because he imagined that he saw Anakin
because he just learns that he survived.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know what he looks like right now.
No, so all he remembers him as is Anakin.
Yeah.
And he saw him standing in the field.
Again, I like seeing that trauma that Obi-Wan has.
No, it's definitely good.
Yeah. But yeah, so they get picked up and we really see how smart Leia is in the scene as well.
And while they're on the speeder along the way, this guy that picked them up also picks up some stormtroopers. So that's not good.
Nah.
So, they had to fake their story and, talk themselves out of it. We actually got some good emotion out of Obi-Wan, though, who was speaking some truth in the lies that he was telling to the stormtroopers. And after the stormtroopers leave, like, Leia comments on that, and she was like, you knew my mother, didn't you? And she thought that Obi-Wan might be her father.
Yeah, no, she was like, are you my real father? And he's like, I wish I was. You know?
Because he knows who is.
Yeah.
He wishes that probably wasn't her father. Because who would want to learn that their father is a cold-blooded killer?
God, Anakin just makes such for a great story.
He does.
Even with other characters, like he leads a path for great stories with other characters.
Yeah. I mean, when you have a villain like that, and anything he touches like becomes, it becomes a good story.
It does. So they eventually run into this, small town village where they are saved first by who they're supposed to meet up with.
Yeah.
Who's disguising as, an Imperial officer. And she's the one who is going to help them escape, has them in this storage unit or whatever, just waiting there because no one comes in there.
Yeah.
And nightfall comes. And so do the Inquisitors. But it's not the Grand Inquisitor with them this time, obviously, as he got stabbed.
Yeah.
But Lord Vader.
The man himself.
The man himself. Absolute menace to society.
Dude, oh my God. And, and Obi-Wan sensed it.
He sensed it, yes.
Yeah, before he even saw him with his eyes.
He almost like passed out.
Yeah.
He sensed it.
He knew he was there.
He did.
And oh my gosh, I'm sure he just had absolute tons of fear running through his body.
Oh my God. And, we talked about this earlier. We were, worried that hopefully we were going to get the absolute menace that Darth Vader was in Rogue One.
Yeah.
We get him here.
Yeah, no, he definitely lived up to what we saw in Rogue One, like just seeing him as this powerhouse.
So, he tries to bait out Obi-Wan with just hurting innocent people with the Force.
Yeah, freaking snaps a kid's neck.
A kid's neck. I was not expecting
Like, dude,
that.
there was absolutely no warning
No,
either. Like, he was
no.
choking the dad out.
Yeah.
The kid came out to protect his
He's like,
dad. Just snap.
Bro.
Done. Oh, my God. And then he's just, like, dragging this poor woman along with him as he's walking. Just,
Oh
like,
my
torturing,
God.
like, anybody in sight because he knows Obi-Wan can't stand to see him doing that.
Yes. And Obi-Wan didn't show up.
No, he had
He's
no,
scared shitless, probably.
He was scared shitless, and he had no choice but to run because his goal is to get Leia to safety.
Yep. Frightening scene.
Yeah.
Frightening but amazing. You know, and Obi-Wan knows that if they're all together, Leia's not going to be safe.
No.
So he tells, you know, Leia, go with her, get her to safety, get her out of here. And Obi-Wan will try to distract them long enough so that they can escape.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, here comes a showdown that we have been waiting for ever since 2005.
Insane.
So Obi-Wan is running off into like the oil fields. You know, it's got, you know, little hill dunes and whatnot.
Yeah.
We just see Vader and his lightsaber extend out.
Yeah. Yeah, and can I say, the lightsabers looked absolutely amazing.
They did look amazing. And especially, you know, the lighting on Obi-Wan's face when his popped out as well.
Very vibrant color.
Very vibrant. But the first time, Obi-Wan, he doesn't pull out his lightsaber.
Mm-mm.
He doesn't. He keeps running.
Yeah.
He keeps running.
Honestly, he wants to leave that as like a last resort because he does not want to fight Vader.
He does not.
But he knows he's going to lose that battle.
Yeah, he keeps hearing Vader's voice, though. He ends up, you know, extending his lightsaber out just out of fear.
Yeah.
And in comes Vader just ready to fuck him up, bro.
I know. And, you know, we got a lot of good dialogue from Vader as well.
We did.
And, you know, when he pulls out his lightsaber for the first time, he was like, what have you become? And he's like, I am what you made me.
Oh, yeah.
My God.
My God. Because Obi-Wan hasn't seen him yet. So he's like, what is this monster?
Seriously.
It was great. And we just see how much weaker Obi-Wan has become over the years. We see how powerful Vader has become over the years.
Honestly has absolutely no chance in this fight.
And I know Vader's fighting style is usually with one arm.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jesus Christ, we just see how powerful he is with just one arm.
Seriously, he was putting Obi-Wan to the ground with just one arm, and he's just doing everything he can to not get struck by his lightsaber.
And then here comes the best part. So there's some distance between Obi-Wan and Vader. Vader forces out what seems to be some
he knocks
coals,
down some flammable whatever.
Yeah, flammable something, lights it on fire with his lightsaber, forces up Obi-Wan, which you were saying earlier how Jedis, they practice to not have that.
Jedi train not to be forced into the air like that, which is why you don't see it very often.
Yeah.
Most of the times when they do get forced, when they get force pushed and stuff like that, it's while they're distracted or something else is going on or they're in, you know, whatever. But like there was no distraction at all. Like he just straight up lifted up Obi-Wan because he couldn't will himself to not be held in the air by Vader.
Yes. Vader, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but ends up saying like, now your suffering will begin.
Yeah.
And Vader force drags his ass through the fire.
Yeah.
Oh my God, because he wanted him to feel that same pain that he felt on Mustafar.
Talk about some poetic justice right there.
Oh my God, you damn right.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so badass. You know, thank God his beautiful, luscious hair didn't get burnt.
Yeah, I that was my one.
Yeah.
Like, that was my one beef with that scene. I was like, bruh, his hair be gone. But
it would be gone, but
whatever. Still a powerful scene nonetheless.
I feel like Obi-Wan's hair is just as much of a part of him as his personality.
It is.
It's so beautiful.
It is. It's quite amazing.
Yeah. The girl that was helping Leia.
Yeah, she left Leia to come help Obi-Wan because she knew that
Vader was going to just destroy his ass.
Yeah, and had no chance.
Yeah.
So she came back.
Created distraction.
Yeah, created a distraction, shot a stormtrooper, shot something and exploded it.
Mm-hmm.
And all the while, that loader droid or whatever was pulling Obi-Wan away.
Yeah.
And they managed to get away, but since she left Leia alone while all this was going on, Riva was snooping around in that hideout.
Yep.
And eventually beat Leia to the other side of beat her to the other end of the tunnel.
Yep.
And
killed who was going to take her out of there.
Killed the pilot that was going to pick her up.
Yep.
And now Leia is captured.
Yep. And I know a lot of people, even me, I was like, you know, if Vader really wanted to, why didn't he just force, you know, that robot or Obi-Wan through the fire? It wasn't that far, but Here's the thing. I realize, Vader doesn't want to kill him yet.
No, he easily could have done that. You're right. But his whole thing here, bro, he's toying with him.
He is, exactly.
That's literally what he's doing. Like, and honestly, even to give him like the sliver of hope, like I feel like he wants to give him this sliver of hope that he could escape just so he can crush it again. Like,
no, Vader wants Obi-Wan to just feel the pain that he felt. Like, he wants this suffer to be prolonged.
He wants to make this like a hunt. Like, he wants to make it entertaining for himself.
It's fun for him.
Yeah.
And it almost reminds me of like a Batman and Joker relationship. Like, as much as the Joker may try to kill Batman, he does not want to kill Batman because this is just too much fun for him. And it gives him that drive. I feel like with Vader, having Obi-Wan gives him more of a hateful drive to hunt.
Yeah. I mean, you could even look at how much Darth Maul, like his drive in Clone Wars, like literally Kenobi was like his one focus that like almost never changed.
Yep.
And honestly, it was his hate for Kenobi that helped him survive.
Yeah.
Like, he was literally using the Force to survive that entire time. And so that just shows you how powerful hate can be as an emotion, especially when you're a dark side user.
Yeah. Obviously, he does end up killing him, but at that point, Kenobi's old.
Yeah.
At that point, it was time. And even at that point in A New Hope, Kenobi was ready to go as well, because strike him down and he was going to become more powerful than he had ever imagined.
Yeah.
Moving forward, I mean, there's still a lot that can happen. I'm really excited to see another showdown between Vader and Kenobi.
Absolutely. We got to have one more. There's going to be one more. And hopefully, maybe we'll see Obi-Wan reconnect with the Force a little bit better. Maybe tap into some of his old skills that he had. But, obviously, it's not going to be a final battle because clearly they both lived to see New Hope.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, it may be a final battle for Riva.
Yeah.
Because, if Riva fails Lord Vader, she will have consequences, because we do know the consequences if another sister fails her, as we see in Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Second sister Trilla.
I feel like Riva is probably going to get killed by Darth Vader by the end of this. Like, because Obi-Wan doesn't want to kill her.
No.
It's my theory is either Riva turns and doesn't end up wanting to hunt Obi-Wan, and maybe Obi-Wan gets through to her or something, or she just doesn't get him and Vader kills her off. Like, those are my two theories.
Because we see what happens to Trilla. She gets strike down
very quickly.
Yeah. I really liked Trilla's character actually in Fallen Order.
Failed me, Inquisitor.
Yeah, and she knew she was done.
Oh yeah,
right then and there.
Oh yeah. But great first 3 episodes.
Oh, amazing.
Obviously, you can nitpick, but overall.
Speaking of nitpicking, so on Rotten Tomatoes, it has an 86% right now, which is fine.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
But the audience score, you ready for the audience score? 56. 56. I do not get that.
What?
Yes.
Bro.
I don't get it.
What the fuck do you guys want?
No, it's crazy. I've really enjoyed this story so far. I was not expecting to get like all this, Leia background story as well, and I've been really enjoying that. So far, it's a great story. Deborah Chow has done a great job with directing the episodes.
I don't fucking get it.
I mean, it, bro.
I feel like that score, you're talking about the Google score, right? Or like,
no, it's a Rotten Tomatoes like audience score.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I guess between people who have watched it and don't know Star Wars very well, so they're gonna rank it lower. And
then you have
then you have your diehard Star Wars fans who aren't gonna be satisfied with anything.
Yeah.
I mean, but bro, come on. It's a good show.
It is. And I know you can't satisfy everyone, but even so, like 56%, really?
Yeah.
That's low.
That's low.
That is low.
Like, that's not good at all.
No, I love it so far.
56%, I'm pretty sure that's like in the range of Pain and Gain, bro. Pain and Gain is like a 50%.
The Michael Bay film?
Yeah. Which I like, but whatever. But I mean, you're telling me this show is on par with Pain and Gain?
Yeah.
No.
Or like some of the worst Marvel movies.
Like, seriously. Oh my God. Yeah. What's Thor the Dark World? I don't even know what that one is.
Thor the Dark World is like in the 60%.
Seriously, you're telling me that Thor the Dark World is better than this show?
Yeah.
No. How about you get your shit together and realize what good television is when you see it?
Yeah. It's really good TV so far.
Like, seriously, what?
I've been thoroughly satisfied.
Yeah, like, I'm not really disappointed in any way. Like, obviously, like I said, few things between character design, few scenes that were and you know, it definitely screamed like Disney to me. Disney kind of, but whatever.
Yeah, and I've seen people, you know, thinking that it's slow paced moving as well. I mean,
this is pretty fast for a Disney series, honestly.
No, yeah, for a Disney series, exactly. And, you know, obviously people just want to see a bunch of lightsaber battles. But, you know, when you have a good show, that story is good and that writing is good, you will be entertained. I've been entertained. Like, think of shows, you know, like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Yeah, the pedal will hit the floor and it'll, you know, stay on the floor for a while. But those shows are so good because of the writing and because of the dialogue and monologues with these characters and the character development and relationships.
But yeah, I mean, you can't have like just all combat, especially in something like this. He has to be cautious about using a lightsaber at all. Like, he doesn't even want to use it.
Yeah,
so
no,
what do you expect? Lightsaber fights left and right? Like, this is not going to happen.
Yeah.
I will say though, not a fan of this 6-episode Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a fan.
Okay.
Like, come on. I mean, I get that they're longer episodes and everything, but I mean, even, bro, Game of Thrones is a perfect example. You had hour-long episodes each time, and it was 10 episodes a season. Like, I mean, they took their time, and yeah, if you take enough time with each episode, like, it's okay, it works. But 6 episodes?
Yeah.
6 episodes is so short.
It seems like that's what the format is. That's what Obi-Wan was, Moon Knight, Loki, Hawkeye.
Yeah, and why do you think people freaking love Mando? You got like 10 episodes a season.
You're right.
Dude, I'm telling you, the pacing is just not there. Like, it's not...
Not that it's not there with Kenobi right now, but...
It's there with, like, it's good with Kenobi, but it's hard to pace it right when you have this 6-episode thing.
Yeah,
because, like, it seems like you're trying to take one long movie and, you know, just, like, break up the movie. It's like, no, you know, each episode has their final conclusion that makes you want the next one. And, you know, I just feel like they haven't really mastered that, especially with this 6-episode format.
Even WandaVision, wasn't that supposed to be...
It's supposed to be 6, but it turned it into 9. Yeah. And honestly, I liked it as 9.
I did too. It left you more suspense in the season.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes, I was confused as hell. Like, they split it up perfectly because especially with that one, because they did like each decade.
Yeah.
And each decade it changed a little bit. So...
See, well, and here's the problem too with Disney Plus having Marvel and Star Wars is maybe that's why they're filming them in these 6-episode formats, is because they want one of the shows to be done by the time the next one comes out. So they got to keep this format owning both Disney and Marvel. And I mean, yeah, it might be hindering the quality a little bit.
If anything, I don't get it. Like, why wouldn't you want to stretch out the show as much as you can? So
because they have just so much content. Like, I am honestly overwhelmed with how much content we're getting right now.
Oh, there's a lot coming out this year.
There is a lot.
I feel like everybody's finally recovering from like COVID. So,
bro, even just this summer, I mean, we have Obi-Wan, Stranger Things, you know, Top Gun. We got The Boys coming out this week, season 3. We have Jurassic World. I mean, we got another Star Wars show coming out in August.
Yeah. So, it's too much.
I mean, I'm probably missing some as well. Oh my, and Stranger Things, you know, part 2 coming out in July.
Yeah. I mean, we already got the first, like, and it's 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And each one is like a freaking movie, like over 2 hours long.
It's just overwhelming how much content is coming out.
So much shit.
This is going to be a busy summer.
It will be. We're going to have to be in this studio a lot.
Yeah. And it's a tight studio.
It is a tight studio.
It's not as big as it looks on camera, guys.
I can't say I enjoy being in here.
But, you know, we work with what we got.
Yeah. But to wrap it up, though, Obi-Wan, very good first half of the series.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to the next. Don't get why the ratings are so low. I personally like it a lot.
Yes.
And, you know, we'll see how this wraps up.
Absolutely. Agree 100%. Very satisfied so far. And looking forward to the second half because we should have one hell of a ride to end this season out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it here. Thanks for listening to this review. We're going to do another review on Kenobi once the second half comes out. As always, I'm your host, Blake, and with me, my co-host, Garrett, and we will see you guys next time on Blake's Takes.
See you guys.
Peace out.